you know, shortly afterwards, we'll be heading out to the park.
So it was a rainy week, right? Ugly. I couldn't, Chris knows I love to ride my bike. I couldn't touch my bike last week because it was so rainy. And lo and behold, look at this, right? And a parking spot, no less. Like, could you there's never a parking spot around, but you know, today, you know, our man is watching out for us. So I want to thank you guys for coming. I remember, Hank, say hi. Hank Strubentz, everyone, give him a round of applause. Actually, about 2 years ago, we went to his apartment to plan the Bronx River Ramble. So it was Joe Linton, he's not with the Alliance anymore, but he met us here, and so we went to his apartment. He had fruits for us, bagels, orange juice. He was always so welcoming, and you know, that's where we planned all the walking tours. We saw the Morgan Library, as I used to call it, and he loved that name. You know, it was just like no TV in sight, because the man just, he liked the words. You know, that's how he operated. He used his brain a lot, and so basically that was my recollection of this location. So Julian, you want to share a few words?
Yeah.
Take your time.
So I was thinking when I was on the train, what was the best thing to start with? And one thing that Morgan used to always tell me is like, Julian, when you're called, it's not about preparation. You say what comes to mind, and that's exactly what you're supposed to say. So I thought about the first time I got a chance to come here. And as we all know, Morgan was very persistent and in a very special Morgan-like way. But I came up and he wouldn't let me pass the kitchen. He was like, I'm gonna get my interview and then you'll see the house. So we sat there, you know what I'm saying, and he asked me about how I'd come, you know what I'm saying, to do work with young people in the Bronx. You know, he asked me about my story and what did it mean to be a black man doing environmental justice work. And as I was sharing my story, you know what I'm saying, he had that very, very big and bright Morgan smile, you know what I'm saying, and nodding and taking notes every once in a while. And I'm just like, damn, Morgan, how long do you want me to talk? And are you actually going to take these notes? It's like, I got you. But as we're talking, you know what I'm saying, I'm hearing, I'm smelling some of the, some of the baking. Had these little apple turnovers because he was a great baker. But afterward, I got a chance to see the house, and I also see the Morgan Library. And it was this key that he just had such a big love, you know what I'm saying, for his community, but I think equally loved bringing people into their own power. And I say that just because, you know, Morgan is still here with us. And the best thing that we can do to honor Morgan is continue to help others come into that power. And so I think it's very fitting, you know, that we're all here gathered and that we're going to have an opportunity to do some tree planting. But it's also important that we take care of each other. So there's going to be some sad moments, but let's keep it funky for Morgan too.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
We can clap it up. We can apologize to the neighbors because we don't be very loud, but that's cool too. That's cool too.
I met Morgan, it was one of the walking tours, and it's so like, and Hank, you were with me, it was one of Steve DeVillo's walking tours, and he came up to me, and he had this interest in the walking tour that you wouldn't see in other people, and I'm like, wow, he's actually interested, and I don't think I've ever seen that ever again, and I don't think I will ever see it again. So I think it's important to, you know how involved he was and how much, you know, passion he had for not only, you know, environmental justice, but also for Bronx history. And he got me involved in a lot of things, and I will forever be grateful. So I want to thank you guys, and we're gonna walk over now.
Yeah, we're gonna walk over to the park. This is the route that Morgan would have taken. You know, being that it's April, he would have probably started his tours. You know, so just kind of remembering that this is the path that he would have taken to the park.